How you guys doing? Today's Monday, October 14th. I was trying to find a quiet place just to give you some thoughts, man. I look at the gas price. I spent $4.49 for gas filling up at a gas station. That's because I was using credit instead of cash. Now, if I'd have used cash, that would be $4.39. Man, I remember back during that Great Depression, the new Great Depression, 2018. I ended up spending $7,000 for a gallon of gas. You know why? That's because I was being so cheap with the gas that I ended up messing up the fuel pump on my 2007 325 BMW and ended up having to get fixed. And now the reason that happened was because I owned two duplexes, and I thought, okay, owning the duplex will be easy. I'll just raise the prices and the tenants will pay. But unfortunately, the tenants didn't pay, so we start using a line of credit. And then when that line of credit almost got exhausted, I had to start using my own paycheck because I was trying to, you know how you do, you try to play that game. You try to you want to float the money until the check comes. Well, my check never came. And so I was hurting, and I was thinking, okay, I'll try to find ways to save gas. I was going to the discount change. You know what I'm talking about, man. AM, PM, Abba Dabba, Sabba Dabba, or Fuel 77. I just remember all those cheap places. They're like by my grandmother's house I used to go to in the ghetto, spending instead of spending like the $4.19 or something, I ended up spending like $4.09 for the gas. And I was like, okay, man. But then it didn't matter because eventually the gas kept going up. And I thought, okay, let me try to find another way to save on gas. Let me go down the hill, do those tricks where you say, okay, I'm just going to coast down the hill because you're not supposed to use gas when you're going downhill. So I tried that. Did the gas additives? Gas additives work well, man. But still, a car needs to run on a gallon of gas. And then eventually, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do this. I'm going to try to get the best gas mileage. And it was just ended up being a disaster because I thought, okay, I'll time when I'm going to go visit the tenants and go do repairs. But then something always happened. Had to go out late at night one time because the tenants threw some chicken bones, and the dog ate the chicken bones. And that was just a big headache, man. So I feel for you guys with these high gas prices, but remember what I told you. Diesel chases gas. So if I were you, I would start try to do what I told you before. Put that $100 to $500 away because times are about to get hard. Last week I thought, okay, I'm finally getting ahead, man. I have an extra $1,000 I'm going to use to go to this convention, and then I'll have a Merry Christmas. Good old state of California sent me a bill, $1,054. I'm like, fuck, what is this for? Well, you closed your business back in 2016, that was an LLC, but we didn't process and finalize your paperwork until 2019. So until then, you're still going to be paying $800 for your taxes on your business that you've closed until we finalize the paperwork. So I'm like, so you're telling me that's like paying for, I guess getting divorced. I'm going to pay for my wife for 2 years to make sure that the guy she's married, that she loves, she's not going to get divorced. So if it looks like she won't get divorced, then I don't have to pay her alimony anymore. It's like, mind-boggling. But I said, okay, I've been working some extra jobs at Team Play. I have about $5,000 saved up. I was thinking, you know what, I should just pay it off. But I said, you know what, please give me the installment payment. I don't even care anymore, man. I'll float it long enough to see if I have any money from my income tax, or just float it till I can renegotiate the extension again, the payment plan or whatever. But today is just a day where I'm just seeing, like I told you before, I got up this morning, I was leaving, I saw there's 4 or 5 trucks early in the morning, about 5:50 in the morning, backed up, semi trucks to pick up deliveries. I'm like, but there's no holiday sales. Why are all these trucks here? And like I told you before, there's 2 reasons. Reason number 1, like I told you before, during that last Great Depression, these companies have 30 to 90-day billing. So they're hoping if they drop off their goods, then they can start the payment period on that bill. and then they'll be able to get paid. Because if what happens if that company goes bankrupt, then they can try to get on the bankruptcy list, but sometimes it won't matter. And the other reason is, like I told you before, if diesel chases gas, if gas is right now at $4.39, diesel was at $3.98 last check, but it'll break 4 by the end of the week, I'm sure. So then they'll lose money, even if they calculated a good price with the how they negotiated the contract. They're still going to lose money because they spent more money on diesel for the delivery than they expected. So they're going to lose money that way, and they'll go out of business. So that's why you see Amazon being slick, saying, "Hey, do you want to start your own delivery business?" They'll get some suckers, man. Yeah, because they really know, hey, if we got to pay for this fleet of trucks and pay for all the maintenance is easy, but paying for just think if you're paying for fuel, you're doing a delivery every other day, spending $100 gallons times $4 going to like $4.50, $4.20 instead of regular $3.50, rather than if I just paid you by the package based on some arbitrary diesel fuel price. That's awesome. That's like an awesome scam. And because most people won't know how to play the game. I know how to play the game because I spent $7,000 on a gallon of gas. So I know how to play and I know all about the fuel gang. I worked in the warehouse. I did deliveries, so I know all how that's going to play out. But Amazon is smart. I mean, if it weren't for Amazon, there would not be any trucking industries. You see all these companies opening up these warehouses. They're just following Amazon. But the trick about Amazon is they have just enough volume, and they're doing enough to like knock retail out that they can keep their margins high. So that's going to be the latest new thing you see. You're going to see people popping up on the internet, how to make money delivering for Amazon. And Amazon's just laughing like, look at these fools, man. We would keep doing it ourselves. But if you know someone who knows nothing about business that wants to try it, they can go for it. And you know who's all going to win? Amazon. Because once they get you locked under a contract, they're going to change their contract. They're going to lower their contract. And all these companies are going to go bankrupt again. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if I got a bill from the state for like something that happened 2 years ago, they wanted me to keep paying taxes. And they're bugging me consistently. You know what that tells you to know? They know like the economy's slowing. When the economy slows, they know we're going to lose more retail businesses. You lose more retail businesses, then someone's going to pay for the unemployment. And the state's like, hey, I'm not going to pay for it. Let me just chase this guy. He owes us about $2,000 and get his money. And then the student loans, you guys with those student loans, I want you to get ready, man. Like I told you, back in 2014, they called me up, Mr. Morris, we need you to pay for your bill. Otherwise, we're going to take your salary and attach your income tax. So those of you who aren't paying your income tax, your student loans, you guys are suckers. Because they're going to come for you first. Because they're going to say, hey, we're going to garnish your wages, we're going to take your income tax. Hey, we may just garnish your property if you have it, if you don't pay your student loan. Because you know what? We need the money now. But they didn't need the money. It was fine. They didn't need the money. I didn't have any problems. Now they're just like on top of me, like, hey, we want you to do this. Hey, Martin, we want you to do that. I'm like, any type of bill that's outstanding, that's like they're calling it. It's like I'm in debt with the bookie. Martin, you had these student loans you weren't going to pay. It was okay. We gave you a chance. Now we're sending Bruno to get his money. Now the same thing with my income tax for my my business, and then for the business, hey Martin, you know, we know you closed the business, though you gave us $10,000 to $15,000, provided jobs and everything. We need our money. That's why sometimes you just hear me just getting all pissed off when they talk about God over money and stuff, because I think when I looked at that bill from the state, they didn't say anything. Hey Martin, thank you for having an office, renting space. I'm paying $309 a month for office space, spending about $100 a month for office supplies. I bought a Mac and a IBM computer. I'm driving with my gas to go to these different events and do functions. Sometimes I may have to hire a person to help out or do a project for me. When I looked at that tax form, there was no goodwill on that. There was no, hey Martin, thank you for helping someone off the street, keeping them from under the bridge. Did I get that? Oh no, just hey, if you don't pay this bill by this time, we will start increasing your interest and blah, blah, blah. There was no goodwill. So that's when sometimes you hear me talking about love over money, because the government wants their money. And even if you're during that last Great Recession is what you learned. With that, when we hit like that big credit crunch, when people weren't able to get any credit for their houses, they lost their houses, because whether it took a couple of weeks or a couple of months, eventually you were going to get out the house. If you don't pay, you go. If you don't pay, you don't stay. And if you owe money, even if it's private or public, they're going to get their money. And with the gas at $4.49, there's just diesel's going to hit something close to $4.19 or $4.10, and when that happens, you start cutting into those profits. I tell you, you're going to be the first to go out. My fulfillment brothers, I told you about Calvin and I, Pura Vida Mold and Dye. Calvin and I ran about 14 to 15,000 square foot warehouse. We produced 10,000 sensors for sonic alarms, and we had to run a CNC machine, the injection molding machine. We had to do our own packing and soldering. So trust me, I know you guys all these fulfillment / warehouse are overstaffed by at least 20 to 30%. So be ready. If you're not performing or doing whatever metric, you're going to be looking for a new job. So this is the time. I told you right now. Put $100 to $500 away. And if you touch it at the end of the month and just see how that feels. And that'll make you start getting more money oriented. And those, like you realize, I told you before, $94,706. That was my student loan was back about 2014. Now it's below to about $37,695. So for those of you with student loans, this is the time for you to get it, start paying it, work on those arrangements, because otherwise, I want you to do it on your terms and let me help you. So you can do it on your terms rather than do it on their terms. Let me show you some strategies that work for me later.